All right, so today we are going to be looking at writing algebraic expressions. An algebraic expression is a number sentence without an equal sign that contains at least one variable and at least one operation. So we have our variable, our operation. Variables, operations, and variable. And here, even though you don't see an operation, when you have a number written right next to a variable, that means multiplication. If you want to pause the video for a minute and write down these words that clue you into the different operations, you can. So let's look at number 1. What we are going to do is we are going to circle the key, the numbers that are in the operation. We're going to highlight the key words that tell us the operation and underline the unknown. So we've got the number 7, the quotient, that's our key word there, quotient of a number. We don't know the number. So I'm going to define my variable. I can use x, it's the most commonly used one, or use something that's relative to the problem. So n equals a number. Don't just pick a random letter because it's the letter that your name starts with. So we know quotient, if we look up at our chart, tells us division. When we are writing things algebraically, we want to get away from using the division sign. So we are going to write this as, so quotient of a number in 7, n divided by 7, n over 7. Number 2, 5 times the sum of a number and 7. So the numbers I see 5, I see 7. I see a number is our unknown. So again, I'm going to say n equals a number. And since there are 2 numbers, there should be 2 operations. I see times and I see sum. Times tells me multiplication. Sum tells me addition. So 5 times the sum of a number and 7. So 5 times a sum. So I'm going to put the sum in parentheses. It's the sum of what? A number and 7. N plus 7. Number 3. John is 3 years younger than twice Sarah's age. So the numbers that I see 3. I see twice, which tells me 2. Since we have 2 numbers, we should have 2 operations. I see younger than, which tells me minus. And then this one's a little bit tricky. Twice is going to tell us the number and the operation. Twice tells us multiplication. And then our unknown, we are comparing John to Sarah's age, but we don't know Sarah's age. I could use S to show Sarah's age, but that kind of looks like a 5 when I write it. So either I'm going to use X for it, or I'm just going to use A equals Sarah's age. Biggest part to note, and if you want to put a star next to it up here, a lot of people get things wrong with younger than. Whenever you see more than, less than, younger than, older than, it goes after. So 3 years younger than means I'm subtracting 3 from something. What am I subtracting it from? Twice Sarah's age. If you think about it, if I said you're 3 years younger than me, you're not going to do 3 minus my age. You're going to take my age minus 3. Number 4, 2 less than 8 times the length. So since there's 2 numbers, there should be 2 words that tell us the operation. I see less than and I see times. Less than tells me subtraction, times tells me multiplication. And then our unknown is the length. So I'm going to do L, but I'm going to do a cursive L so that it doesn't look like a 1. So L equals the length. It's 2 less than. Anytime we see less than, younger than, older than, more than, it goes after. So we're subtracting 2 from something. What are we subtracting it from? 8 times the length. So 8L. All right, number 5, 7 times the sum of a number and 9. So 7 and 9 are the numbers that we have. Since we have two numbers, there should be two words that tell us the operation. I see times and I see sum. Times tells me multiplication, sum tells me addition. And then our unknown is the number. So I'm going to say n equals a number. So 7 times the sum of a number and 9. So we're multiplying 7 times that sum that I'm going to put in parentheses. In the sum, we're adding the number plus 9. Number 6, 7 times the sum of a number and 9. Whoops, that's the same one. Let's cross that off and go to the back. So now we're going to combine writing expressions and evaluating. So we're going to write the expression and then we're going to evaluate it given a certain value. Terry bought a magazine for $5 and 2 bottles of nail polish. Write an expression to represent the total amount spent. Then find the total amount if each bottle of nail polish costs $3. So we're going to do the first part as normal. I'm circling my numbers. Since there are two numbers, there should be kind of two operations there. I see the word and, which tells me that I should be adding. And then our unknown is what the nail polish is. So she's getting 1 magazine and 2 bottles of nail polish. So that nail polish is our unknown. I'm going to say n equals nail polish. So when I'm writing this expression, she spent $5 on the magazine, plus she bought 2 bottles of nail polish. We just don't know how much the nail polish is. So 1 magazine for $5 plus 2 times however much the nail polish costs. Now we're going to go back and we're going to evaluate. So we're going to take this value of 3. We're saying, what if the nail polish costs $3? And we're going to plug it in where n is. So we're doing 5 plus 2 times the n value of 3. Order of operations, we multiply first, so it's going to be 5 plus 6, which equals 11. So the total amount is $11. Number 8, Sam bought a box of popcorn for $3.50 and 3 medium drinks. Write an expression to represent the total amount spent and then find the total amount if 1 drink costs $1.50. So again, looking at circling my numbers that are given, looking for some operations, but you might notice in these word problems, sometimes it's harder to pull out both operations. I do see and, which tells me that I'm adding the popcorn and the medium drinks. If you're not sure what the unknown is, you can also look at the question where it says, find the total amount if 1 drink. So that tells us that we are going to be plugging in for the drink. We don't know what the drink costs. So D equals drink cost. And then I'm setting it up. She bought a box of popcorn, which means she has 1 of them, so it's just going to be $3.50 plus 3 drinks at whatever price for the drinks. Now we're going to go back and evaluate if 1 drink costs $1.50. So we're plugging that in where D is. So $3.50 plus 3 times our D value of $1.50. Order of operations, we multiply first. 3 times $1.50, we get $4.50. Bring everything else down. So $3.50 plus $4.50 equals $8. Number 9, Erica owns and operates her own food truck. She sells burgers, B, for $3.25 each, and hot dogs, H, for $2 each. If a customer orders 4 burgers and 6 hot dogs, what is the total cost? So this is going to be combining when you've got multiple variables in here. So it defined them for us, but we're going to write B equals burgers and H equals hot dogs. So when I fill out this expression, we know that the burgers are $3.25, the hot dogs are $2. So how many burgers did they buy? 4 burgers and 6 hot dogs. We're going to plug that in after. So for our expression, it's $3.25 times however many burgers plus $2 times however many hot dogs. So we're saying if the customer bought 4 and 6, that's what we're plugging in. So the 4 is going to go where the B is, the 6 is going to go where the H is. So $3.25 times the B value of 4 plus 2 times the H value of 6. So $3.25 times 4 is going to be $13 plus 2 times 6 is 12. That is a total of $25. And that's it.